Oh, back at it again.
I am representing myself, and I am representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been
Okay, so
trained
Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
marshals
How much?
today.
How much do they pay you to wear this vest?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
So I did some digging, and the woman trying to stop
Look how she pulled out her phone to take a picture of him. What's that gonna do? I don't get this like whole picture taking thing. Like I have women like taking pictures of me too, and I'm like I don't get it. Is that supposed to scare me or offend me? I remember like when I used to work at a hotel, and then some woman I was answering some woman's question, and she was having a conniption, like she doesn't understand my answer. She was asking me for directions to the cafeteria, sorry, to the restaurant, and I told her it's left. You walk in and then you make a left and then you keep going straight. She's like, "Well, I don't. What do you mean? Just left? Just straight?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. Wait, no. Just tell me how to get in." I was like, you go in through those doors, you make a left, and then you go straight. It's not that simple. And then like she just had a conniption, and then she pulled out her phone and recorded me. And then I explained the instructions to her again. Like, okay, you go through the door over there, you make a left, and you go straight. It's not that simple. It's not, she was having like this little mini stroke, and then my coworker came and asked her what happened. She was like, oh, I'm trying to ask him the directions to the restaurants. And then my coworker like basically said the same thing, like, "Oh, you go through those doors, and then it should be to the left." Oh, okay, that's it. All right then. Okay. Like these Karens, like they just, I don't know why. Like just seeing Karens like whip out their phone, thinking that they're empowering themselves and they're scaring you with taking a picture of you is going to, like change your life in any way. I've never seen a Karen like negatively affect someone's lives with like their picture or their videos. Never seen it.
my interview is named Karen Shaw.
Yep, of course. Her parents did a great job. Her parents figured out that, what shall we name this kid? I know. She looks like one, she smells like one, and she already acts like one. Let's call her Karen.
She is a professional protester. I found her at almost 100.
Dude, professional protester? Who? What a useless job. That's like a professional sleeper. Like, I will sleep professionally. Let me test your mattresses. Actually, even a professional sleeper has more use, like real world use. But a professional protester, that's that's like being a professional pest.
Different protests. Let's look at her portfolio, shall we?
Yeah.
Here's her outside Trump Tower saying TikTok time's up. Here's her saying,
yeah, well, no, what do you mean time's up? Yeah, he's still the president. What do you mean time's up?
ban guns, not drag. Amazing.
Okay. Ban guns, all right. So yeah, if someone breaks into her home with guns, then she's just gonna fight with her fist.
This is her telling us that lies have consequences.
Okay, all right. I hope she will suffer her consequences.
She is also very passionate about abortion. Even in the video right now, she's just wearing a hat that says abortion on it. Sometimes she gets less creative though and just holds a sign that says enough. Now here I found her working with a different professional protester that I've exposed. This is Stuart Waldman. He was there when they raised the Palestinian flag over City Hall in Rhode Island.
Everyone knows you.
Everyone knows me?
You are. They know what you do.
I know what you do as well, Stuart Waldman. You are on the board of riseandresist.org.
Oh shit. Is it one of those organizations that collect college students, like vulnerable, clueless, oblivious college student, and take advantage of their goodwill and tell them, hey, college kids, you want to have an impact on the world, you want to change the world, join our organization and protest. You're gonna save the world with your protesting. Yeah, don't worry. We'll give you like $500 a month. We'll give you a place to stay. We'll feed you bread. We will give you the bare minimum to live on, and then you will fight for our cause. And in the meantime, political party will pay us. Yeah, it will line our pockets.
The company that
and the whole like and the owners or like the executives of these organizations, they're gonna make a bunch of money from these political parties or these businesses that are paying these like professional protesters to fight for their competitors, right? For example, Microsoft will pay these organizations to protest against Apple and say, oh, they use Chinese labor, and then they'll have like these people like rile up the situation and say, oh yeah, Chinese labor or child labor is bad, blah blah blah, just to encourage people to not use Apple products and use Microsoft products instead. It's a very common thing with these political organizations. They're essentially political hitmans or political assassins, and that's all they do, right? And then the people that are working at the bottom, like usually college students, they have no clue. They're super oblivious. They get taken advantage of. People just they pay them like less than minimum wage, and they have them like call people and ask for donations, and then those donations will then go to parties and go to a house, like getting bare minimum housing and food for these young people. And then meanwhile the executives will line their pocket with all the money they gain from political parties and companies trying to take out their competitors. So yeah, if you see organizations like this, they're usually at college campuses trying to recruit people into their organization. And I've seen people waste a decade of their life. And I also seen oh yeah, I right now there's like this dumb idiot Karen that's in my neighborhood that's trying to recruit people into like donating to her org. She's been doing it for 25 years. 2 decades and a half of your life spent fighting for some political org that doesn't care about you and just using your goodwill to make money. Be careful with these people, or be careful with these organizations. They typically target oblivious young people. They don't care about you. You could die the next day. They'll be sad. The only reason they'll be sad is that they cannot make more money off of you.
That is paying people like Karen for a second job as a professional protester. And the donation link to give you money is just Act Blue, which is the fundraising platform for the Democrat Party.
Of course. Yeah. Fundraising platform for the Democratic Party. You see that? It's basically just a political hitman or a political assassin. They're just looking these political parties are always hiring people to try to take out their competitors, and this is how they do it. These professional protesters.
That's who you are, Stuart Waldman. Now back to Karen. I found her with another professional protester that I've exposed. This was back at the Tesla protest. This is just a few photos of this other professional protester out of maybe 50 that I found.
Yeah. Oh, cap cut. But yeah, the thing about protests is that I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like, you know, the old saying, there's no such thing as bad PR. When people are protesting against like Tesla, right? Like muskrats, like they write muskrat on the floor next to a Tesla that is parked, vandalizing the shit out of the street. You're just giving free advertisement. It gives people attention, and you know, there's like this whole radicalization in the conservative party that, you know, they really despise overreactive liberal women. So when a liberal woman starts to overreact and give Tesla bullshit, like shenanigan bullshit that is, you know, obviously like brainwashing from media and political parties, it makes them want to get a Tesla even more, right? For example, I had a high school teacher in the past. He was a extreme environmentalist. I think he's like the realest environmentalist I've ever met in my whole life. He used our he used our grades to illegally force his students to force his students to separate recycling for some organization, some environmental organization, and and everybody fucking hated it because you know if you ever open up a bag of recyclables, even if it's not trash, right? If it's like cans, bottles, it's mixed with like sugar, all this shit. Like there's sometimes juice in it, and then when you mix juice and like old soda together, it starts to it biodegrades regardless, right? Soda could biodegrade, yeah, soda could mold, and especially juice too, and especially if you put them in an environment for, let's say, like at that time, I think like that those bottles of juice were like in that can for like 4 years or so. And then he got his whole class to do all that recycling separation crap, like separate this plastic from aluminum from glass, the whole deal. He made us all do it. It was disgusting. We were not prepared for it. We have our regular clothes, our clean regular clothes on, and he just made us separate trash, and I fucking hated it. I hate it with a passion. I used to care about the environment before that. I used to recycle. I used to throw the trash properly. But after that incident, I fucking hated the environment so much afterwards. I actually went out of my way to purposely fuck up the environment afterwards because my teacher used my grades as hostage to support his own cause, to push his own motive. And I fucking hated that because that's my perception of an environmentalist. Like, oh shit, this guy is fucking Hitler. Like, I'm under his Hitler regime, and if I don't obey, my grades are gonna go down, like from a A to a D, or maybe an F if I rebel even further. He's gonna execute my grade. So I had no choice but to fucking do it. So yeah, after that, like I just deliberately I threw like cans and bottles like on the floor. I didn't give a damn. I just throw trash on the floor every time. Like I have trash like it hindering me while I'm walking. Like I'm done eating a McChicken, I would just throw the wrapper on the floor when no one's looking, and I would think back to that moment when I was forced to separate recyclables. I would just throw it on the floor and go like, yeah, take that, environmentalists. I had this resentment towards environmentalists for, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. I had this resentment towards environmentalists for about 10 years. And I think I did more damage to the environment than the good from just separating recyclables in that one day. So yeah, again, like back to the whole argument like with Karens like hating Tesla and Elon Musk. The more you have a conniption, the more you freak out, the more deluded you are, and the more extreme your reaction is, the more people that watch internet news, like well, there's biased news, but like there's multiple news outlets on the internet besides television. The more like the internet users see that, the more they want to rebel. Like they don't understand that psychology in younger people that has a more rebellious nature. They like to think that, I don't know, like these protesting Karens, they like to think that they're resisting. They had this vigilante personality. No, you're just all being brainwashed by some guy in the org telling you to do a good deed, taking advantage of your goodwill and then altering your goodwill to do bad deeds. Like, these Karens are absolutely clueless.